Welcome back. Randy is here now to make us tomato carpaccio. I'm very interested in this. So here's what you need for this recipe. You need your heirloom tomatoes, some shallots, basil, smoked salt, red wine vinegar, red wine, extra virgin olive oil, black pepper, and some shaved pecorino. He never disappoints when it comes to the cheese. I love that.
I feel almost guilty because this is so simple, Tracy. I mean, but when fresh tomatoes are in, you got to use them. And you know, as well as I know, when they come in the garden, they come in hard and fast, and you basically got to do, you know, a tomato meal every day. This is a perfect one because it is basically a salad, but we're going to do one cooking attribute to it. So I'm going to start off with a quick pickle of shallots. We see pickled onions everywhere, and they're everywhere. So, you know, sometimes you don't have the time or you didn't do it last week. So I'm going to do a quick pickle, which will be ready in 4 minutes. So I've got a French shallot here, and I'm basically just going to coin it, just like nice and thin like this, right? But what it's going to do at the end is really kind of cool. Got a smoking hot pan here, a touch of olive oil, and then these are going to go in just like that. So now this is going to give us a little bit of time to get back to our tomatoes. So heirloom varieties, basically, you know, an older variety, they don't really use them in the mainstream. They're a little bit different textures, different colors, different flavors. Some are going to be sweeter, some are going to be more acidic. But what I'm using them for at the end of the day, Tracy, is because they're pretty. Isn't that what you want to see?
Yeah. They are pretty heirloom tomatoes, and I think they taste amazing, even though you don't know exactly what you're going to get.
Well, that's just it with the tomato. I mean, that's why you buy more than one, because, you know, one might not be the right flavor that you're looking for. But if you start layering them like this, and we can start seeing the different kind of like shapes and colors that are coming through, like this is the red with a little green inside. And all of a sudden, it's going to be this like really attractive looking kind of thing that people are just going to be drawn to. Now, this would work as a picnic. I mean, I like doing a little picnic. I'll just take a cutting board with me to the park, and I'll bring the tomatoes, and I'll slice them up, and a little smoked salt and that kind of thing. You do the pickled onions ahead of time. But it really works as far as a date night. It works on a larger scale, like as far as if you wanted to put it out on the table, like kind of family service. We'll get back to these shallots just quickly because we got to kind of get there. I just got a bit of color on them, just a tiny little bit. That's what we're after. And now you ready for the quick pickle? We go red wine vinegar, and then we're just going to cover them with a little bit of, you know, get a drinkable red wine because it's an excuse to open up the bottle and then you have something to drink for dinner, Trace. I thought you'd like that one. And then we're just going to sit there and let those marinate. So they're going to drink the wine first, and we're going to drink the wine later. So we get back to building our salad. I've just got a regular vine ripe in here as well. You can mix in just some of the regulars with it. Basically use what you got. If your garden's coming up, use everything that you got out of your garden. If it's all red, that's fine too, but we really just want to kind of get some color and some texture and some different looks to it. You'll see the cherry tomatoes everywhere this time of year too. You can add them, and we're just going to keep building here. So then, when we feel like we've had enough, and we've built it far enough, like this, we're going to get to the seasoning now. So I went to the garden and I picked some fresh basil. And what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of like pick these off and just like little, I went and got the ones in the very middle, it's the tiny little stems. Lay those down, those are going to look pretty. And then I know I'm getting into your favorite part, Trace. Here comes the cheese. A little pecorino action, and we're just going to kind of let this fall. Now the final flavors come in, so the proper seasoning. I've got some smoked salt here. Remember to season that high and it'll spread out a little bit better. We're gonna go fresh pepper, like that. We're gonna douse it in olive oil, and don't be afraid. The more expensive, the better. And then, do you remember those pickled shallots? They got pickled in 3 minutes. Take a look at this. They've picked up the red wine, they're feeling good, they've just been to the party, and now they're just gonna fly down, and that's gonna be like almost like a little vinaigrette of acidity that goes in that. And if you really like the acidity coming from there, we can actually take the juices and just layer, oh my. So now you got a pickled shallot vinaigrette on your tomato carpaccio. That is a winner.
It's pretty genius.
Give that to your family and they will love you.
Now you can find that recipe and all of Randy's recipes you see here on the show on our website, of course, that is cityline.tv.